What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome to the first ever video on Football Manager 2016. So I said my first beta save would be Paris Saint-Germain, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I've taken over the French team and I've created my individual. I cut out the process of me creating my individual purely for the reason that I just sort of wanted to do it by myself. But basically this is what I look like. So I created my character's face. Now I'm going to, obviously with this save, I'm going to talk about aspects of the game that I've already experienced or I maybe don't like or would like to see change before the full release. And there's a very, very limited amount of hairstyles to give your person, which is sort of strange for a character creation thing, because they allow you to affect all the face with the sort of bars, if you know what I mean. If you've ever played Skyrim, they allow you to do that, with the character creation, wiggle the bar from left to right. I didn't change it because I never do. I'm a boring individual who hates messing with faces because they always look worse once I do. So I just left him default. That's like the default guy you get. I think it's even the default haircut you get. I just changed the hair to black because that's what mine is. And yeah, like I said, it was limited hairstyles in the character creation. Overall, I'm not really sure how it's going to impact the game, that sort of character model creation. I mean, I quite like the idea that it gives you sort of a face. I guess that's something. It gives you that regen face. In all honesty, that character sort of looks a bit like Adam Johnson, or I think a little bit like maybe Vermaelen, maybe, I don't know, Vermaelen with longer hair. I don't really know. But it looks pretty good as a sort of, little, like a face thing that they give you. So like I say, instead of, if most people don't upload pictures and stuff to themselves as a character, and I think that's quite a cool and you fit on little aspect. But the actual model itself, like the 3D model that you see in the suit that you're wearing and stuff. By the way, I didn't even change the color of the suits because I was just like, I don't know what this is going to do. But yeah, I didn't think that looked too great. I mean, I don't know, like I said, we'll have to wait and see what it looks like in the 3D match engine, because obviously it asks for my height, it asks for the weight, and obviously that affects what your model looks like, kind of. But like I said, I don't know the wider aspects yet. I've quite literally just started up this game, so obviously it'll be interesting to see. In terms of my reputation and ability and stuff, I think I just sell it to whatever it was recommended for PSG. So constant pro license, international player as my as what I was as my past experience. And in terms of like coaching and mentals, you see I put all my mentals up to 20, apart from adaptability, because I never plan to leave PSG. And my coaching, 20 attacking, 20 defending, 20 technical, 10 mental, and 14 working with youngsters. So yeah, I went pretty high on certain ones. Probably should have gone higher on technical than tactical, but either way, I'm probably pretty decent at my training. I haven't actually looked at my training yet, what I'm best at as an individual, but that's what character creation looks like. I did set up some sort of what my favorite formations were, but I don't actually know how you can find out what they are, what you sort of put as that. Nationality, I put, English and Irish. I'm part Irish, although I don't speak Irish. It's pretty annoying that when I say Irish, it puts me as that language. But yeah, in terms of the squad, now PSG, very, very strong squad. A little bit of news in terms of this page that has changed, that I've definitely noticed straight away. It's that squad depth, which used to be under team report, is now under this page. So if you want to see your squad as an overview, you want to see your best roles, even your best 11, which is which is a new feature, then you go on this screen. And in fact, my best 11 doesn't look like the best 11 that I personally picked. I actually don't have Lavezzi playing, and I have Di Maria there, and I have Verratti playing there. But apart from that, actually, that is pretty much my 11. So let's go through the squad. So yeah, like I say, PSG have got a great squad on them. Definitely the weakest area of their game is their defence. And I think most people know that anyway, because David Luiz, let's face it, isn't the best centre-back. He does have his days, but then he also has these really bad days. And fullback-wise, not particularly great, although we do have Kawaza, I believe it's pronounced. I could be wrong with that. The left-back, he looks pretty good potential-wise, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing how he develops over the course of this season and the future seasons. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with this squad, and the starting 11 I'm really pleased with. I think it can be a force in Europe, and that's obviously my aim. My aim is to return European glory to France in the form of PSG, because they are the best French team around right now. With the squad itself, with the overall squad itself, so not the starting 11, which obviously is great, and like I said, this is my current preferred starting 11: Sirigu in goal, Van der Veer, Silva, Luiz, Kawaza, Motta, Verratti, Cavani, Pastore, Di Maria, and Ibrahimovic. But in terms of overall squad, the backup for the strikers is a little bit worrying for me right now. Okay, I can sort of overlook it in a way, because Edison Cavani is technically my number 2 striker, and if anything does happen to Ibrahimovic, I would push him forward, and then I'd bring on someone like Lavezzi on the bench. Instead of him being on the bench, I'd actually start him or something. But yeah, you know, a little bit worrying at the squad depth. It's not that great, although I am also going to be looking to try and bring it or push through some youth. For example, this guy, Odsone, maybe? I'm not too sure how to pronounce this guy's name. His potential is really good. I am going to be trying to push him as much as I can this season as the backup striker. But yeah, in terms of transfers and stuff, I don't know if I'm going to be improving the squad. If I were to improve an area of the pitch, it would be right back. I don't think our right backs are particularly strong. Neither right back as well really suits what I want. I like quite attacking fullbacks, and I think I can get that from the left side, but I can't particularly get that from the right. So I'll look to see what I can do there. But transfer-wise, we've not really got too much to play with on the wage budget. So transfer budget-wise, yes, I've got money, but not a ridiculous amount if I then want to transfer it over to the wage, which I'm not even sure if I can do. I can do that. But yeah, you see, if I want 200 grand to spend on a wage, I'm only going to get 17 million to play with. And in terms of a really good right back, it's probably not going to be enough money. So it's going to be interesting, this transfer window. I'm not sure who's going to be after my players as well, because obviously I've got some good players in this team who probably will attract interest. So I'll wait and see whether I sell anyone. I'm kind of hinting at maybe selling Maxwell. I think he's a waste of a foreigner spot. In my opinion, he's 33. He's only a backup player. Probably best to try and sell him. But anyway, tactic-wise for the team, if you could see it there, as it was listed, obviously, but we're playing a 4-2-3-1 with the defensive midfielder, which is my preferred tactic, which is what I set as my preferred tactic, and I actually started up the game with this as the formation. So this is the tactic I'm going to be playing with first of all. This is also another tactic, but this is more of a defensive-minded tactic, just in case I play some tough teams in the Champions League, although I probably will stick with this tactic, however, change the mentality from attacking to control. And the reason I've gone out there with attacking is because I believe this team has the capability and has the ability to play attacking football. I mean, look at the quality, look at the names in this team and the attacking quality that we have. I'd be mad not to go attacking, or at least control against teams, but I feel attacking will benefit us more. We've got some pace in this team. We've got the ability to really overpower teams in their own half. So I'm going to look to swarm them out and completely, you know, tramp them. Roles-wise, goalkeeper-wise, it's just a goalkeeper. Centre-backs, I've got 2 different roles. David Luiz definitely can't be a centre defender. He has to be a limited defender, so that's what I've done. Thiago Silva is just a typical centre-back. Both full-backs are wing-back support. I'm happy with that for now, although that could easily change to a full-back support. I'll have to see how that goes in the friendlies. We've got one against Celtic coming up tomorrow, so I'll have to wait and see how we do there. Motta is my anchor man currently at defensive midfield. However, obviously, I've got 3 pretty good defensive midfielders, in this team. So that could change the role of the anchor man. That's currently what I want Motta to play in that position, because I don't really want a deep line playmaker or in that role, which I think is his best role for that position. I wanted an anchor man because we're allowing Verratti the ability to push forward with the team, who is my centre midfielder. He's playing advanced playmaker support, which means he will be venturing forward, which means I need as much cover or support for the defence, and that's what Motta's role is going to be. Right attacking midfielder, we've got Edison Cavani playing I can never really pronounce this. It's a German word. I can't pronounce it. It's the Shirley role. It's Andrea Shirley plays that kind of role. Edison Cavani is going to be doing that for us. I'm going to give it a go. Is it the Ramdeuter, maybe? I don't know. Don't kill me. Pastore is our attacking midfielder. He's going to be playing attacking midfielder attack. I'm going to allow him the capability really to push forward if he wants to. Even though his best role, again, is advanced playmaker support, I'm going to allow him to actually attack a little bit more than maybe he's best suited to, because I do really want to attack teams and have as many players in the box, in and around the box as possible. We've got Angel Di Maria playing as our winger attack on the left hand side, and up front we've got the man Zlatan Ibrahimovic playing complete forward support. His role could easily change to a false 9. It's something because of his lack of work rate, his work rate's only 8. Complete forward probably isn't the ideal role for him. I'm going to start him off in that role, however, but false 9 I think is probably the best role for him, but that would mean I'd have to sort of change up the roles in the attacking midfield, and that's something I'm not particularly comfortable doing right now. However, it may be something that I look to do in the future. I've already mentioned my mentality is attacking, but team instruction wise, I feel I should go through this. So this screen has been upgraded or has been changed. Whether it's upgraded or not will come down to your opinion and my opinion, obviously, as I get more into this game. But because right now it does look a little bit complicated when you just first of all look at it, but it's pretty easy to go through. So tempo wise, I've got higher tempo on. I can change this to much higher because I put on the role of retain possession. If you change how much you whether you turn this off or on will give you a maximum, or will change the maximum amount of tempo you can have. So for example, right now, if I take that retain possession off, my maximum is a higher tempo. However, put retain possession on, I can then increase my tempo even more, so allow for even quicker passing between players. But for now, I'm going to stick with higher, but much higher is very tempting. Time wasting is actually a bar now. However, I do believe that you have to be, as you can see, you have to change your mentality depending on, depending on what actually becomes available. And as you can see, as I change mentalities, sort of where my defense sits changes as well. And I think that's, it makes sense, because as your mentality changes, obviously what you pick changes as well. I don't know why I've not got pump ball into the box on. I've now changed that. Can we do that? Yes, there we go. So yeah, time wasting is rarely. Width, I could have gone very wide. As you can see here, I could have gone wide. However, I decided against that. I wanted to play fairly wide. I don't want wide play to be the be all and end all of this team, because we have got good wingers, but also we've got very good central players. So fairly wide is how I'm going to start with now. Defensive line, again, the defense is pretty quick. I could probably play a little bit slightly higher. However, I'm going to keep it with normal because I don't want to be too exposed. We are allowing our fullbacks to push forward. Therefore, I want to give them a little bit of time to get back. I don't want to be completely exposed for a team that will probably play counter-attack against us. Closing down, I kept it at sometimes. I could have, again, increased it to more, which is something I do normally like to do, but I kept it at sometimes for now. However, I will be trying to prevent the short goalkeeper distribution, with my attacking midfielders being quite high up the pitch anyway, being on the attacking mentality. Let's try and close down. Goalkeepers trying to distribute it short. For teams that are weaker playing against us, they may try and contain the ball and give us, just try and hold the ball for as long as possible. And their way of doing that could be to roll it out short. We're going to try and prevent that. Tackling wise, I get stuck in. That's just a personal preference to me. I always like my tacklers or my defenders or defensive minded players just to get stuck in, throw their bodies in there. If they get booked, they get booked. If they get sent off, and it's multiple yellow cards, then it's probably my fault because I've got get stuck in. If they get sent off for a straight red, it's probably their fault for a lack of control or whatever. But yeah, I do like get stuck in. I don't mind getting bookings for that reason. Passing wise, I didn't really want to affect anything here. I don't want to play it out of the defense. We do have the ability to do that, but that's something I don't want it to, again, I don't want it to define us. I don't want it to be like, yes, you have to play the ball out of the defense. I didn't want to exploit the flanks either or exploit the middle, because again, I feel we've got the ability to go anywhere we want to in terms of attacking. And I didn't want to clear the balls to flanks either or pump the ball into box, because I feel that then, misses out the equality that we have elsewhere on the pitch. Pass directness, again, it's mixed. I didn't want to go for a short, but I didn't want to go for a long either. So I kept it at mixed. However, it's probably going to be, might lean towards shorter passing in the future. Creative freedom, I allow people to be more expressive. I mean, just look at the names we've got in this team. Di Maria, Ibrahimovic, Pastore, Cavani. These players have the ability to do, have the skill to do incredible things, so I'm going to allow them to do that. I'm going to allow them to be more expressive. In terms of attacking wise, I wanted my players to look for the overlap. With my fullbacks pushing forward, we might as well look to try and incorporate them into the play. So look for the overlap, but again, I might take that off. I'll see how that goes in the friendlies, because again, I don't want my fullbacks to be massively involved in the attack. However, I do want them to be involved, and I do want them to cause problems. And also, I allow my players to run at the defense, but again, that's preference. I like my wingers have got pace and the ability to run at players and to cause them problems with their turn of pace, with their dribbling ability and stuff, so I'm going to allow them to do that. I haven't affected any player roles yet, out and out, but that was something that will come as I get a little bit further into the game. So I've rambled on here for a very long time, about a 15-minute video, and this is just talking about my players alone. So it's quite an in-depth video. So what I will do is I'll end this now, guys. I won't take up any more of your time. I will skip forward a few days. I probably won't do a friendly. You know what I will do? I will meet you back for the Lyon game. I was thinking about doing a friendly, but I think I'll use my friendlies to experiment, and I'll meet you back for the Champions Trophy against Olympique Lyonnais, and hopefully we can win our first trophy and our first ever competitive game in charge at PSG. So until then, guys, peace out.